My son is 1 year into a contract with the Marine Corps and is in love with his high school sweetheart. And she just graduated just a couple months ago. And they are on the fast track to getting engaged. I thought it would have happened over the July 4th weekend, but some things happened where it got pushed a little bit. But he has the ring. He's asked the permissions. He's ready to fly. And he's asking for my input. I'm giving him my honest thoughts, but just not sure how, I'm afraid if I warn him too forcefully, I risk losing a connection with him and possibly damaging a future relationship with my daughter-in-law. If I don't speak out with some of my concerns, I'm afraid I'm not doing my job as a father. So I'm just trying to walk that line, and could use some help going through it.
Bro, you're awesome. Thank you so much for reaching out, man.
No problem.
I can hear it in your voice. You love this boy, don't you?
I do. I definitely do.
It's awesome. You're proud as hell of him, huh?
He has no idea. I tell him all the time, but he still doesn't get it. I've always been really proud of him.
They can't get it, man. It's just a thing that dads have to you have to just hold it because they won't get it until they have their own kids.
Yeah.
All right. So,
yeah, he's starting to come around, but yeah, I agree.
Voice it out loud. What are some things you're concerned about?
Well, I guess there's lots of different things, but one is she's a nice girl, but she's 18 and, immature.
How old is he?
He's 20. He's 20,
okay.
And he's maturing, but
he's immature too. It's okay to say. I'll say it too. He's immature also. He's 20.
Yeah, absolutely. And so, just as I'm thinking this through with them, his mother and I didn't give a real good example of what a healthy marriage looked like. So
okay.
I have some natural fears there that, I didn't model what he should be looking for.
Give me a couple of examples of what that is.
Oh, it was just...
no, don't. You just minimized it now. Don't it was just like... If you could go back and talk to 25-year-old you,
okay,
what are the 3 or 4 things you would tell you about the marriage you're about to enter into?
That you want a partner that is going to be with you, help you through struggles, good and bad, who is your ride or die. You're both there for each other.
Did you not do this with your wife? Did you not do this for each other in a good way or healthy way?
No, not. There's 10,000 reasons why, but the long and the short of it is we basically co-parented, but we were roommates for the majority of his childhood.
Awesome.
And it wasn't until a couple years ago that we decided that, it was time to go our separate ways. So,
okay.
There's maybe a little bit of guilt with that, just that,
Bro,
he has
there's a lot of guilt with that. You got to own it, man.
Yeah, there is. And he has a brother and, brother and sister, he's the youngest of the 3. So we have a really, really good, strong relationship. But yeah, that's part of it. And, the other part of it is just, his girlfriend was raised with different ideas, different, sense of values. And I don't know how the two of them are going to merge that. It's popped up here and there. He does listen to me, so he actually is using BetterHelp to work through some communication issues the two of them have, because I expressed that you have a lot of work you need to do before, I'll give you my blessing. You need to do pre-marriage counseling and these other things.
Awesome.
But I'm just not sure how hard to push that. When do I say, it's your life, it's your choice? So that's what I'm really, really struggling with, because I love him. obviously, she came over for 4th of July, swam at the house with him, and he was off base and everything. And we had a great time. I don't dislike her at all. It's just, as an 18-year-old and a 20-year-old, do they really understand?
No.
What?
No. but hold on. Here's the thing. As a 26-year-old and a 25-year-old, they wouldn't understand it either.
That's true. That's true.
And I'll tell you, I'll celebrate my 23rd wedding anniversary next week. I think I'm figuring it out now. I think. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I get it. I got married just over a year ago, and the difference between the first marriage and the second marriage is crazy, because I learned so much over, the last 25 years. But,
okay. So here's what you can try, but it won't work. Okay. And every single dad who loves their kids tries this. I want to go into the weight room of your life and take all the weight off the bar, because I don't want you to have to suffer under that weight in that weight room like I did to get to where I'm at.
Yeah.
And so I want to tell you about strength, and I want to show you pictures of strength, but I don't want you to have to go through the sweat and the blood and the pain of that workout. And that's just not how life works. And I think what you have that other parents might not have is an opportunity to be really vulnerable with your son. And so what I'm imagining in my head is this conversation. Hey, I'm taking you out, and you've heard me say that a million times. I'm taking you out. And buckle up, because it's going to be a couple hours. It's your old man. You're going to have to just suffer through it. And he might laugh and go, okay, Dad. But if you sat down and started the conversation with, I feel like I failed you as your dad, giving you a picture of what a marriage looks like when you were a kid. I'm sorry. If you led that with that, and if you had 3 or 4 things that I don't want you to say on air, but you would have the courage to tell him that y'all two would know, it would be a really remarkable bonding of 2 men now, and a blessing between a father and a son. And if you then said, go ahead.
We have done that.
Okay.
We've had those conversations. We went out to breakfast. We talked.
Awesome.
We sat on the back patio and talked for a long time. I know my son, and his whole life he's seen an objective and done everything he can. And to him, I think this has become an objective. He knows that if he gets married, she can live with him on base. All of these things, and he's looking at it as maybe he's lonely, obviously.
Yeah, of course.
He's looking at a solution of, I don't have to be lonely. She gets the opportunity to, move out, and not move out on her own, but move out with him. So both of them have this picture of what this is going to be, but I think they have the beautiful portrait, but they don't understand everything that they're signing up for that goes with it.
That's right. And listen, he is a second-year Marine. You know this as well as I do. He is both very capable, very smart, very unwise, just by virtue of his age and experience. And he's also very stubborn, correct?
Yes.
Yes. And so you as a dad, earlier than you would have wanted, have to shift from you will do what I say to a role of influence. And I think there's something powerful about you looking at him saying, you do not have to do what I say now. And I need you to know I will always love you, and I'll always be right next to you. And that, honestly, is the best shot you have. Because I think your fear is right, that if you throw the brakes on this thing, he's going to do it anyway. He's just going to also know I can't go home when things get dicey, and it will get dicey.
Yeah.
And so you saying, I don't think this is wise for you right now, and I love you and I'll stand right here with you. And I think he's trying to have some little hook back into his childhood, into home, into what was safe, because he's increasingly getting further and further away from home and marined up, and like all that is developmentally normal and appropriate. He's just making a very long-term anchored commitment, right?
Right.
And so, I want you to trust and always know that you can call me when things get sideways, and they will. And that's hey, would you commit? You're a newlywed too yourself. Hey, son, would you commit to reading a marriage book with me? Would you commit
that's a great idea.
Would you commit to, because I want to be better this time around in my marriage, would you commit to going through this with me? Would you commit to talking with me, or you and your fiance or future fiance in person, marriage counseling with a licensed psychologist or therapist? I'll pay for it because I'm your old man and I love you. And he can look at you and say, no, Dad. But you can say, man, I screwed it up and I wish I had have done these things.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. I did offer to pay for like pre-marriage counseling and stuff, but I really like the idea of maybe doing either a Bible study or a book with him just on marriage. I think doing it together. Who can't get better at that kind of thing? I think we all can.
Absolutely, and you going first, and it's okay to say, I don't like this. And I wouldn't be doing this if I were in your shoes. And I still love you, and I'm going to stand here and walk with you. Those are not at odds together. I tell my friends that. I had a friend call and say was about to do something with his business, and I said, I would not do what you're about to do. I think what you're doing is kind of reckless and kind of dumb. And I hope I will be your biggest cheerleader. I cannot tell you how bad I hope I'm wrong. And he loves calling me and telling me how his evaluation of his company keeps going up and up and up and up and up and up and up, right? But I would have been dishonest to him if I hadn't have said, I don't like this. And it feels way too risky to go all in on this. And also, it would be dishonest for me to say, you're basically a brother to me. Of course I want this to be awesome and successful. And of course, when you get scared, I want you to call me. All of that can be true at the same time. But there's something powerful about a father looking at his son saying, I wouldn't make this move, and then have him go, now look at me in the eyes, son. And he looks up at you, and you say, look at me in the eyes. And he looks up and he stares at you, and you say, I will always be by your side. There's something profound about that most sons never get from their fathers.
Absolutely.
Did you have that with your dad?
I did. It was, we were wired very, very differently. And it wasn't until I got a little more mature and he got a little more mature where we were able to really enjoy that connection and enjoy each other for our differences.
It's awesome.
Yeah. So
if you tell your son, hey, I will give you advice when you call and say, Dad, I need your advice. And hey, Dad, can I get a moment of your time? I just need an ear. But yeah, I mean, I'm honest. You and I both know this thing's happening, right?
Yeah. This train has left the depot.
There you go. And so you as a father can say, I'm going to walk away from this thing. I will tell you that in my experience with parents who draw hard lines, if you do this, you are out from here. I cannot tell you countless how many parents I've sat with that said, I wish I could do that conversation over.
Yeah. That's not something that I would I would do. I think he understands that I'll always be here for him. I think I've done a good job
Awesome.
with that.
It's amazing.
I think, yeah. So I think he understands that. I think just like you said, you've just reaffirmed a lot of the things that I've been thinking and have learned, and so
and maybe you make him eyeball you and say, "I want to hear you say the words, Dad. If things get sideways, I will call you." Another powerful thing, do you have a couple of men in your life that you really trust that he knows and loves?
Yeah, there's a few.
Okay. If you can get them at this luncheon to say, if you can't call me, you will call them. I have that arrangement with my son and a couple of other men, and I've got that with some of my other buddies and their sons, and it is a powerful interaction. I know when you call me at 2 a.m., I'm not going to respond, well, I'm your dad. Here is my grown man friend who I trust with my life and with my children, and he said he will pick you up from jail and he will bring you over to my house and he'll sit on your side of the table when we talk. There's something powerful about building a network. And by the way, the meta lesson there for your son is, my dad has other men in his life that he trusts and goes to with his most precious person in the world, which is me, his youngest son. I need to make sure I have that too. And if you have a veteran or two in there, that would be even better. That could give him some wisdom, like, hey, you're going to get a bunch of nonsense in the barracks. You're going to get a bunch of dumb nonsense on base from guys telling you, like, oh, bro, you need to, and your wife is going to get mixed in with the base wives, and that's a whole other subculture. Having that extra word of wisdom too would be awesome. But him leaving that like with 3 phone numbers would be amazing. But yeah, this train's left the station. So the choice really is not what do I say and not say. It is just, do I do I sever this relationship to be right? Or do I say, I don't agree with this, but I'm going to be right here with you, rooting you on and doing the best I can for you to be successful. That's your choice. And as for me in my house, I'm going to always choose the latter. Unless it's going to get my kids killed. And then I'm going to call in the cavalry then.